be barefoot and sockless. So if you've got shoes on and socks, just take them off for me. Otherwise it won't be as effective. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, if you just want to stand up, we're just going to go through a bit of breathing. In fact, let me talk about what hopefully what I'm going to show you through the next 20-30 minutes. Your feet, your core, and your breathing are all interlinked, and that kind of has a knock-on effect to anything that you do in terms of exercise, walking. The fact that we evolved to this kind of single leg balance position meant that we could walk and therefore run and move and be and kind of evolve rather than kind of walk like an ape, something like that. So the ability for your foot and your core to connect stabilizes you to produce your strength and power, but also then that relies on, can you balance? And most people, when they do balance drills, are all over the place. And if you think about that, if you follow that through to something like running, if you're off balance and your foot hits the floor and you're going to take longer to take the next step because you're off balance, the risk of injury is greater and it's going to slow you down. So there's a knock-on effect too in terms of running, but also if you've had a child, all of the muscles in your pelvic floor have been stretched, and that's going to cause potential implications for back pain, pelvic organ prolapse, incontinence, and those muscles link directly to the foot and also to the breathing as well. So I know there's some people that do both, that are runners, that have had kids. This is going to be super important for you guys. The first thing I'm going to look at is just breathing though. Most of us do what in terms of stress breathing. So I just want you to stand up and just do a big deep breath in for me. And a breath out. Do that again. So breathe in. And breathe out. Now, I want to focus on where is the breath coming from. So if you're breathing in from your shoulders, or are you breathing in through your tummy? So just breathe in for me again. And just quick show of hands, who, when they took a breath in, their shoulders came up? Just a little show of hands. Okay. Who breathed in and their tummy went out? And I know at least 2 of you have done this with me loads of times before, so you should know. That means that you're breathing with your stress system in the body. If you're stressed, you can't learn. If you're stressed, you can't, you're too tense. So what I want you to do first is focus on when you breathe in, let your tummy go out. And most of us don't want our tummies to go out, which is why we kind of hold our tummy in and use our accessory muscles to breathe. So breathe in, let your tummy go out as the breath comes in, and then breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We've switched the breath focus into our tummy now, which is where our breath comes into here. We're going to be more stable, and that's our first stage. The second part of this is when when you breathe out next time, I want you to use the muscles that you would do to stop yourself going to the toilet, stop yourself having a wee. Activate those muscles on the breath out. So breathe in for me. As you breathe out, stop yourself going for a wee. Okay, breathe in. Tummy goes out. Breathe out. Wee muscles on. Okay. I know it's only 9:05, but what we're going to do now is, as you breathe out, I want you to stop yourself from going for a poo. Okay, so poo muscles on. Okay, apologies. There's no easy way of saying it. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out. Poo muscles on. Okay, Andrea, that was a beautiful face. Okay, breathe in, coming out. Breathe out. Bum on, breathe. And it's not tensing your bum, it's the muscles that you would do to stop yourself going to the toilet. Okay, now what we're going to do is the wee muscles and the poo muscles together, and you're going to try and draw them together as you breathe out. So breathe in, tummy out. Breathe out. Poo muscle, wee muscle, draw together, and then try and lift up, draw them up. And you should feel your core muscles start to activate. Can you all feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the key part, number one. When we do the activation in the foot, we need to get the activation in the core on the breath out. Okay, it's quite a lot to work on at the beginning, So we're going to go quite slowly through and we'll see how far we can get on some drills. But the first drill we're going to do then, start to integrate. In fact, we'll do the drill first. This is called a short foot drill. So I want you to think about your foot as a tripod, big toe, little toe, and heel. I want you to try and spread the toes on your right foot and place that foot in front of you. So make that as wide as possible. And then stand right foot forward. Okay, stand up straight. So the tendency is to look down at your foot and then your body's out of alignment. So stand up straight, breathe in, tummy out. As you breathe out, muscles in the pelvic floor switched on. Keep breathing out. And now I want you to push your toes into the floor. Keep pushing, keep breathing out. And relax, breathe in. Okay, breathe out. Pelvic floor muscles on, lift, push the toes into the floor. Keep pushing, keep breathing out. So you want that continuous breath. It's not a quick breath out. And I want to show you, if you can see on my screen, what happens when I push my toes in. When I push my toes in, can you see that arch lift up? And as you can see, just the pad on the big toe, it lifts off the floor. So you're pushing the toes, you're not pushing the whole foot down. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just do that now, just on the foot. Just push the toes in, really push them in, and you should feel, just look down at the arch, is that lifting up? That's why we call it a short foot drill. These muscles link into these muscles, link into the inner thigh, the pelvic floor, into the diaphragm, which controls your breathing, and then actually pulls the hip into its socket so it's more stronger, and therefore your performance improve. For the postnatal people in the room, if you don't get your foot and your breathing, your pelvic floor won't be strong, won't strengthen up, so that it will affect your rehab. Okay, let's switch sides just so we can get, so make your tripod with your foot, spread the toes, push into the floor, or stand left foot forward, shoulders up, breathe in, tummy out. As you exhale, pelvic floor, bum and wee muscles on, lift, and now squeeze the toes into the floor, keep it on, keep breathing out. Okay, breathe in, relax the foot, breathe out, draw those muscles together, push the toes into the floor, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. We'll do one more, breathe out, tummy out. Okay, if you take nothing else away from today, if you can just do that drill before you, let's say you go out running, the isometric hold or the contraction that we've just done pre-activates your foot and you'll be stronger on each foot when it hits the floor. So those muscles that you're doing, the toes as they pull in, as you hit the floor, you'll be stronger, you'll run faster. So if you can take nothing else, just do that before you run and integrate that into any pelvic floor exercises that you do, and you're already going to be more effective. We're going to turn it into some balance drills though, and this is where the class part starts. There's 4 things I want to go through in terms of making your balance a little bit easier. First thing, try not to watch me when I'm doing the balance drill. If you watch me and I wobble, you're going to fall. Okay, so if you focus on something in your room that doesn't move, and Siri is now heckling me. I don't know if you heard that, but Siri doesn't have an answer for that. Okay, second part on balance. Touch something, and again, you're on camera and it's being recorded, so please keep it clean. But if the same nerves that are in your feet are in your fingertips. So if you just do something like rub your fingers, if you touch part of your body, and generally it's quite good to put your hands on your around your tummy so you can feel the breath going in and out. But if you want to have your hands out, if you want to make some tension, clench your fist, then that's cool. The other part is the kind of the leg that's in the air. Rather than just let it hang passively, if you point the toes, that will create your, just do that now. Stand on one foot and then tense the foot on the other side. You should feel a little bit stronger. And then if you push your fingers together, automatically you're going to start to improve your balance. And the other thing is, I'm going to get you to shut your eyes when you balance. And most people will then freak out and hold your breath. So what I want you to do is just focus on breathing through the movements. Because you're always just like, oh my God. And all of a sudden, if your breath isn't there, your pelvic floor can't switch on, your foot can't work properly, can't balance. So let's go into our single, we're going to go right leg first. For this, I probably shouldn't have worn black, but let's go this way around. When we do our single leg balance, all I want you to do is bend, stick the bum out, bend the knee. So these muscles are switched on. And I just want you to lift your left leg in the air. Okay, focus on that point in front of you. I'm just going to hold actively to start with. So no real breathing pattern, nothing really going on the foot, just hold the balance. In a moment, I'm going to get you to drop lower down into the squat for 5 seconds. That's when we're going to exhale and get our toes pushed into the floor as we get a little bit deeper. Okay, let's go down for 5, breathe out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, breathe out, relax. Okay, let's go, change legs. Tripod, foot up, just hold to begin with. Okay, just breathe naturally. Okay, big deep breath in, inhale, tummy out. And as you exhale, drop down for 5, 4, 3, toes into the floor, 2, 1. Okay, breathe out. Now we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. Back to your right foot. So all I want you to do is turn the head whoop, to the right. Told you not to watch me. Turn the head to the right. Turn your head to the left. This is going to start to create a little bit of wobble. So stick your bum out. So we're not stacked, because then it's the bones that work in. So bum goes out, knee slightly bent. And I want you just to look right. We're going to do this 5 times. Look left. Look right. Look left. Good. That's it. It's up to you what you do with your hands. I can see a couple of people, fingertips pressed. Put your hands onto your body if you need to, but do something with your hands, it'd be easier. Got 2 more. Good. Last one, right. And then left. Feel your muscles working? Okay, go to the left leg. This time we're gonna incorporate the foot and the breathing. So as you turn your head, you breathe in. And then you exhale back to the center. Breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Okay. And you can also push your toes into the floor on that out breath. So it's squeeze. Breathe in. Foot in. Exhale back to the center. Just go at your own pace. Breathe in on the head turn. Foot on. Core on. Breath out on the way back. Do 3 more each side. So have you been on the wine already this morning?
No, my balance isn't very good. I need a bit more practice.
They create some tension. So the research showed even just lightly touch. So they looked at walking with a cane, and it wasn't the fact that you had a third point of contact. It was the fact that you were holding on to something that improved your balance. So even if you just lightly tap a wall with your hand, but not weight bear with it, it's going to help improve your balance just by something on your fingertips. Okay, we're going to add on a drawing with the finger now. So everyone know what the infinity sign looks like? 8 on its side. Finger up. We'll start on the right leg, right hand. And all I want you to do is keep your head still. I want you to track your finger as you draw that infinity sign with your eyes. So follow it with your eyes and make sure that your infinity sign, so 8 on its side, crosses over or past the midline of your body. So it's going from your left-hand side to your right-hand side. That's going to start to switch on the brain.
Oh my, I don't know if my brain can be switched on right now.
I know, it's bank holiday, our brain's all switched off for 3 days now. Okay, some of you, it's up to you how big you make it. Some of you going quite small, that's fine. But let your eyes follow it. If it's big enough that your eyes have to move without your head moving, then have you just abracadabraed me, Andrea? Someone's just wizard spell. Okay, change direction on that hand.
Oh my God, this is really hard.
So you keep the muscle switched on. Make sure your bum's stuck out. A few people have gone to a more upright position to keep that bum. Your bums are going to feel this today.
Ooh.
Okay, switch sides. Have a breathe, otherwise we're going to get too tired. So left leg. Bend the bum, bend the knee. Okay, foot lightly pressed into the floor, like 10%. Left hand up. Okay, draw the infinity sign. Keep your head still, but let your eyes track. So your eyes play a big part in your balance as well. Good. So try and get that core switched on. Draw the pelvic floor in. Push the toes into the floor. You've got this free hand here if you want to keep the fingers pressed in. Touch your tummy. Make a fist. Tense the other foot. Do whatever you need to stay up. All right, well done. Okay, go back to your right foot. We're going to start to integrate this into a more full body stretch now. So place your palms forward for me. Bend that knee on that right leg, bend the hip. And I want you to lean forward so your back foot will naturally start to lift. Okay, so stay there. Take your heel towards the wall and pull your toes in. Now imagine someone's pulling your chest in the opposite direction. Good. Don't watch me, listen to my cues. Toes tucked in, pull, keep it there. Okay, breath out, toes on. Okay, inhale, come back, swap legs. Okay, palms forward, keep tight, lean forward. So the foot naturally will lift up, pull the toes in, heel towards the wall behind you, chest towards the wall in front. Sink down a little bit, work on that leg, push the toes into the floor. Inhale, return. Okay, nice work. So now we're going to move into a lunge position forward and back. Show you this angle. Okay, from here, what are we doing? Okay, so we're going to work on the foot lever. So as we step through, our foot levers off the floor, and that's where we get our power from. If you're jumping, same thing happens. This is the first stage in working on that lever strength. So from here, all I want you to do, arms in a athletic ready position. I just want you to take your heel up off the floor and slowly come back down. So heel lifts, come back down. And what you're looking for is the heel to lift vertically. Some people, if you're limited in the joints in your foot, will find that your foot will do something a bit like that. It will come round in a circle because you're trying to pinch range of motion somewhere else. Okay, so lift up. We'll do it a couple more times, slowly down, lift it up and down. Okay, brill. And then change feet. So we're going to try and do it a little bit faster. It's all well, it's great if we can do it slowly, but when we're running, if we go fast and that ankle's going all over the place, it's going to have implications when we run. So keep the knees bent, lift and draw down. Lift up, try and go a little bit quicker. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do now, from that front foot, go back to your right foot forward. Okay, keeping this one strong as you can. I want you to just go from there, up into your single leg balance, toes into the floor, exhale, inhale, come back. Okay, so inhale first, exhale, up into your single leg. Inhale, come back. We've got a bird in cat mouse situation. I'm hoping it's dead. The joys of life, working out. Okay, Real, switch legs for me.
Oh, blimey.
Okay, so slowly up, exhale, toes into the floor, inhale, come back. We try not to do too much movement through this leg. It's just, can you balance? Are you strong and stable? Remember the three things: pelvic floor, breathe in, exhale, and toes in. You can get them coordinated. Good. Okay, back to your right foot. We're going to combine those two movements. So we're going to go lever on the front foot, down. So it's exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, oop, out, in, out. Okay, go through that for me. Heel. Inhale. Heel. Okay, you control that breathing pattern. So whenever your knees lifting or your heels lifting, you breathe out, and that's when your pelvic floor lifts. So legs burning yet? Okay, let's give it a change. I need a rest. Okay, we're going to make it really coordinated on this one. You're going to go 2 heel lifts. Out, out, in, out on the breath. Okay, 2 heel lifts. Nice and simple. So. And what this is doing is helping your breathing pattern, taking the shorter breaths as if you were running. So to start to coordinate that rhythm.
Is the mouse gone?
I think we chucked it out so we could eat it outside and you come back in. Okay, so I know you're going to be bouncing soon. So
Yeah. I'll just
got,
jump up when I need to, Dean, don't worry.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. What are we doing? Right. So what we're going to do now is a little bit of, we'll work on, just so you've got this, Sophie, work on the propulsion of the foot. So we're going to a side lunge position, probably easier me showing you here. We're going to take off from this foot slowly up into our single leg balance. So similar to what we were doing, inhale, as this opens out the pelvic floor, we breathe in, and then we exhale up into that balance position. Use your arms for some help, breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, awesome, you got that, nailed that one. So let's go on to the other side. Inhale down, exhale up. Pelvic floor on, toes in. In. Good work. Okay, Bill. So the next stage on here, just gonna come out so you can see my foot a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so from here, we're gonna push off the toe and back down. And we're gonna work, I want you to work on the landing. So as we come up, we push through the toe, you land on your toe, and then your heel, knee, hip falls in. So it's 1, 2 on the landing. It isn't a full foot landing. And that will help you, again, running technique is you should land mid to forefoot, and then you're nice and light on the heel hitting the floor. A lot of running injuries come from the impact. Just swap sides for me. So drop down, push, back up. Remember your breathing. So toes heel, 1, 2. 1, 2. Nice and light on the floor. Okay, awesome. So the last part of this, and see you later, Sophie, thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Okay.
Bye.
So if you were throwing a ball, on the point at which you release the ball, your hand still travels forward. So there's this kind of whiplash effect, follow through. So when we do this with the toe, most people, when they jump, will either try and jump from their hips and their feet won't really do a lot, or they do just a token push through the toes. What we want to happen is as your toe pushes, I want your toes to curl behind you as well. That's like the follow through. When you release the ball, your arm continues. When you kick a ball, your foot continues. Same thing when we jump or run, the toes are going to curl. It's very difficult to see on camera, but hopefully you can just see if I emphasize it. I curl my toes under. So that's the position without curling. That's the position with curling. Okay. Try it for me. Feel it. You should feel all the muscles, small muscles in the bottom of your foot working really hard. Okay. Up, curl, and then do it at your own pace. The faster you can do it. So we're focusing on 1, 2 landing, up, curl. 1, 2 landing, push through the toes, curl the toes. Good. We're going to do it for another 30 seconds. Nice. Breathe in. So as things open, you breathe in, allow that pelvic floor to open out, and then exhale, tighten, back down. Good. Swap sides for me. Could you feel that in the foot?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's go on to the other side. In fact, before we do that, I'm going to add one more little thing to think about. As you come up, I want you to think about squeezing the quad muscle as well. There's a lot to think about. If it gets too much, just go back to the basics. But your 1-2 landing, exhale, lift, toes curl, and squeeze quad. So imagine if you've done any kicking, like martial arts, it's that locking out from the toe and then land down. Okay, away we go, 30 seconds.
Is this on the same leg as before?
No, sorry, stop sides.
Oh.
Be nice. So, especially for the postnatal people in the room, work on squeezing the tummy at the top as well. So, that core switching on the out breath, then pelvic floor is going to be working. All these muscles are interlinked. We've only got a couple more drills to go. Have a little breather. I've got a little bit of a sweat on. Just have a pause. I've also got my migraine belt on. I don't know if I'm getting any points whatsoever, but okay. So we're going to go into a lunge. Again, that front leg is going to be super rigid. So what we're going to do first is just do a simple knee drive. So we're priming ourselves for a bit more running now. So up, nice and straight, everything's stacked here. And all we're going to do is out in. Okay, no movement in that hip. So remember, as the knee comes up, toes on. Good. Feel your glute yet? Feel your bum? Okay, swap legs. Okay, lunge position. Make sure ribs and hips are lined. Lunge down, legs straight, and in and out. Okay. So what I want you to do now is go back to your first leg, and I want you to just disregard everything that I've said about breath, core on, foot on. I just want you to do that drill, focusing on keeping that leg still, and just do the drill. Okay? Go for it now. Good. Does it feel different when you haven't got your foot, core, and breathing working together?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just feel like you're moving. Okay, now add the breath and the foot back in. So squeeze the foot, tummy on. Okay, can you feel that connection now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's the bit that we build up. We have to start with the basics of breathing correctly and making sure that we know what to do with the foot, and that before we can start to integrate it. It doesn't mean that you're going to be able to go and run like Usain Bolt or Mo Farah straight away, but what it does mean is you're just starting to change the way that your body moves and how it stabilizes. I'm going to add a little bit of a finish onto this, just so you felt like you've done a little bit of a workout. So from here, we're going to go knee up, exhale, inhale, and then exhale, little jump. We're not going for a high jump world record. So it's, remember that toe push. And then we're trying to land toe heel. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, hop. 1, 2. Couple more. Okay, swap sides. I'm going for a run not long after this, so I need some leg strength. Okay, so leg nice and rigid, in, sorry, out, in, out on the push. Okay, well done. Okay, the last drill, I promise, and then you can go and crack open the PIMS. So We're gonna stick the landing. Some of you have done this in some of the classes and stuff. So we load, we go in on the out breath, we breathe in, we exhale, and we stick the landing. So we stick here. So it's balance, whoop, and then breathe in. Stick the landing. Okay. So from the side, just so you can see. So stick. Okay, that's the drill. So putting everything together, breathe in, foot propulsion, landing, stick, balance, core on, toes on, and you're all barefoot strong. Well done, guys. Okay, remember when you stick, if you drop the bum down, so the bum's working, the quads are working, and then the foot can work as well. Okay, so try not to land and stay upright. Sink into it and use your muscles. Exhale when you land as well. Good. Awesome, guys. Change legs, I don't think we have yet, so just change over for me. No. Real. Sit. Try not to jump too high. Just it's a little propulsion for now. But then if you obviously you can, if you're feeling, if you're strong, you get that height through the foot. Okay, guys, well done. Have a breather. So that is the end of the mini class. Firstly, just like to go over to you guys and say, what did you think? How did you find it?
Thank you.
So where'd that come from?
Andrea.
Andrew, so yeah, what did you like from it? What did you take from it? Was it beneficial?
So I do running, but I think I sometimes struggle with my breathing and getting it right. So I think that will help me when I go out.
Yeah, and I know from a couple of people that have already messaged me with the running. The idea behind doing that is as you're more stable, you hit the ground and you can take it a bit faster. Your cadence or your running speed or how many steps you take per minute naturally increases, but then your breathing rate increases to try and match your feet. And then to begin with, you're going to find that your breathing will actually get worse because you're in a pattern and you've got your running speed. But the faster you run, and you aim for something around 170 to 180 and above, that means that you run with less injury risk, your performance improves, but it's not easy and it does take time to build up. So there might be a slight decrease in the running ease when you're trying to run a little bit faster, but eventually your performance threshold, what you can achieve, will improve. So it's definitely worth investing some time to make better, to improve anyway. Cool, cheers Andrea. Anyone else? Anything that you?
Yeah, about balance for me, Dean.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, first bit for balance is just getting the foot to be stronger, and then just doing those single leg drills. So stand on one leg and just do something that challenges your balance, whether it's moving the finger, even if it's just moving the eyes, turning the head, but just doing something when you're in this active position with the pelvic floor and your toes pressing into the floor. That's going to help improve your balance. And the great thing about the balance drills is you don't need to be in kit. You can just do it. You could be stood at the kitchen doing your hob, stowing your stuff, and do some balance drills. In fact, that'll be quite challenging to hold the frying pan and do some, because something in your hand will just add a little bit of resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Are you coming in?
Oh.
Oh. He's in his red and blue. Has he got some white on? Yep. Red, white, and blue today. And some brown. Hi, people. We're still recording. Yeah. Anything else anyone wanted to add? Any questions you wanted to ask about running, about pelvic floor, anything like that?
I think for me, it's coordinating the breathing with the movement. I don't know if it's baby brain, but I just can't seem to coordinate it.
Real, okay.
Yeah, excuse
So-
me, I'm the same.
Yeah, so if I could pass my child back to my lovely wife. So back to the beginning, go single leg stance. Again, this will be your drill, Joe. If you just load that front foot, breathe in, tummy, breathe out, pelvic floor on, and then squeeze the foot. Do it in that order. Okay, so breathe first, breathe out, muscles on, foot on. You can just practice that. Don't worry about anything else. All the other balance drills, just do that for now. It's a great pelvic floor rehab drill for you.
Okay.
Does that help, yeah?
I'll try it, yeah. I think it's just practice, isn't it?
Well, this has been recorded, and I'll ping out the link to everyone on here as well. So if you just skip on to 38 minutes in, you've got that bit back again as well, but you can also watch it through the class.
Cool.
Okay. Any other questions? No? Oh, cool. Well, as much as you know, I always finish with a little bit of a smiley picture. Jane, you coming in. Right, after 3, 2, 1, smile. There we go. Guys, thank you all for giving up your mornings. It did help me actually like embed all the stuff that I've learned. So I appreciate you all coming on. Enjoy VE Day, enjoy your bank holiday weekend. Hopefully the sun comes out and celebrates with us, and see you all next week or so.
Oh, thanks for giving up your time, Dean. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.